welcome back to my channel. We're officially live, of course, with the special guest, Mr. Alberto from All Juve Cast.
Easy
How's it
on the
going, my friend?
special, eh?
What's that?
Easy on the special. I'm a guest.
Oh, special guest. Why I call you a special guest because, you know, nothing wrong with that. It's good.
I'm
It's a good
joking.
thing. It's
I'm
not bad.
joking. It's good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, well, pretty much you're famous. Like you're having all these great people coming along. Like your show
Nah,
is going well.
nah, man. Just a guy having fun. Just a guy having
Well,
fun.
same. Okay, everyone. As always, per sempre, put a like, subscribe. Then, of course, to my fellow Juventini out there, put a like on this guy's channel because if you want to know a lot about Juve, he's the man. So,
Thank you.
so yeah. How should we start this with this beautiful main event? Should I call the main event of WrestleMania between Inter Juve? Because it seems like it's always like a WrestleMania event.
It was the same weekend as WrestleMania too. We were just coming out of the real WrestleMania, and then we had
Well, I
Juve.
watched it. I don't know if you watched it, but kind of disappointed at that end because Roman Reigns wins again, and then after what we seen yesterday with Inter
I just
Juve.
saw clips and highlights. I haven't watched it in 7 or 8 years, maybe since the last WrestleMania I watched.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Well,
yeah.
I watch it because the wife likes it. Well,
Oh
she
yeah.
likes Ronda Rousey. I liked it since I was a kid, so
It's
it's getting
entertainment,
kind of
man. It's
boring.
entertainment. I used to watch when I was really young with my grandma all the time, all the time.
Really?
She loved it. She loved it. Loved it.
Well, same way with my dad. My dad brought me to WrestleMania.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Well, no, the wrestling. Sorry, wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so
We can start with whatever you want, man. Whatever you want to talk about.
well, I guess let's start because I did say on my title the day after Juventus Inter, so which there has been lots to talk about since whatever happened at the end, and with Inter Juve, and it never ends, never ends. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. There's always something.
Oh yeah, and there's always going to be controversy, Mart. It'll always be something that heats everything up. Unfortunately, today it's something that we shouldn't even be talking about. It's not even football, it's racism, and it just continues.
Oh,
And the part that drives me absolutely crazy, that actually pisses me off the most, is that if you go on social media, you have all these people that have painted the entire Juventus fan base as racists just for what those idiots did and everything. And that's the part that bothers me the most, because you have Stankovic in Roma, you have
yeah,
gypsies for Dusan and Philip
yeah,
Costa over in Milan and everything.
yeah. That
This
nobody
goes
talks
on
about that.
everywhere, and everywhere else, it's not as big a deal. It's the same thing that's going on with all the investigations and everything.
Oh,
Every
too
single
much.
time Juventus is involved in anything, it is up here. And whenever it's anybody else, it's crickets and it's down here. Stop spending time getting pissed off at fan bases for idiots and realize that racism has nothing to do with the teams you support. It's a human race thing. You have people that are idiots and they're part of every single fan base, and you're not going to get around that. So to run around and say Juventini this, Juventini that, no, okay?
I
Hey,
was having
hey.
exactly. I was having the same conversation, but they're talking about us. But what happened at Milano when they were calling Gypsy
And
Zingaro to
and
Kostic
the other
company? But
thing is,
nobody talks about that.
they're trying to say, well, now you're using this whataboutism, oh, it doesn't make any of it right. No, nobody's saying anything is right. But the problem is you cannot go around painting all the fan base as racist. It's terrible. But this happens with Juventus, not just with racism, with everything. You're thieves. You
Uh,
guys are thieves. Oh, this is
Ladri.
enough is enough. Enough is enough. Fagioli puts out a message today, a comment on Instagram, and he said, what about, because he goes, what about nobody was making a peep? Nobody said a peep about Kostic and Vlahovic there, and everybody thought this is a, oh, what about this? What about that? What he's doing is showing everybody, okay, that it happens everywhere. That it
Yeah.
happens everywhere. And it's not about, so what he was trying to do, I don't agree with how he did it because it's easy to misinterpret as him trying to say, what about all these other situations? But what he was trying to do is defend the fan base because, first and foremost, everybody knows this. Fagioli is a Juventino, okay?
Yeah.
He's a true Bianconero. So he's
Yes.
defending the fan base. That's what he's doing. And he's right to do that because if the people want evidence of that, go look at social media all day today. I was almost sick to my stomach because everybody was saying the same thing. Juventus this, Juventus that when it comes to racism. Enough is enough. It has to, don't get mad at the teams, at the fan bases. Get mad at the league for not shutting it down completely.
Exactly. Exactly. Because the league is more about utter stupidity instead of serious things.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The league is run like a joke. This thing, they put in an anti-racism campaign. They put monkeys on the posters, these guys in Serie A. Are we serious here? What are we talking about here? Was that Juventus's fault? It's like they're going to get mad at Juventus. Like we put the monkeys on the poster. Serie A has a major, major problem, and it's been run like a circus for so
Yeah,
long.
it is. Ruffianismo, I call it. I tell you. But
The
it's
nice
always
thing
been
is
like
these guys
this.
will get a lifetime ban, and they deserve it, and they should
Oh
never
yeah,
step.
100%. I agree. I told people I do not agree what they did, but you should not just point on us because it's everywhere. We saw what happened with Roma, which Mourinho told the guys to come
Yeah,
down.
Stankovic, we don't want to be associated with that. They act like we're happy about it or whatnot. It's like nobody
No,
wants to see that.
exactly.
Unbelievable.
No words. But besides that, the game itself, how did you like it? For me, on Juventus end, same thing with like both teams. They kind of paid attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't very dominating as always, because with Allegri, that's what you expect. Then Vlahovic tries to score, he couldn't score. I don't know.
Both teams played it safe pretty much.
Yeah, I played it safe. Yeah,
Neither team wanted to overcommit because they didn't want to get caught. It is what it is.
yeah,
It's a shame because still overall after all that we probably could have walked away with the 1-0 lead. I don't mind us giving up all that possession because for me Inter wasn't very dangerous with it because they were still pretty hesitant.
no,
For me, it's just frustrating that our key guys continue to not be our key guys, and we have to figure that out. We have to figure that out. But yeah, I don't know. Juventus has a lot of work to do in the final third. And I've been saying this for how long? I mean, you join us on our show, and you
yeah.
see like how long have I been saying? For me, the final piece of this puzzle is offensively because and today I got a little heated and I got a little pissed off on my show because Vlahovic takes a lot of heat. And I agree, he should be criticized for some of his play, but we can't sit here and act like Moise Keane has been killing it or Milik has been lighting it up because all our strikers aren't necessarily doing
No,
fantastic. Even Chiesa, when he comes in, I know Chiesa's been having a tough time trying to get back in and having pain and stuff, but our forwards are not producing the way they should be. And that's a problem. That's not just a
that is a
Dusan
big
Vlahovic
problem.
problem. It's a team problem for me. It's a
Yeah,
team problem for me. And I don't like my mind doesn't work with this. Okay, we got to get rid of this guy. We got to get rid of this guy. No, like, why can't we figure it out with the guys we have? That's the part that bothers me because I'm always looking for solutions. Okay. In all the jobs I've had and all the management things I've done, it's always find a
for
solution
sure.
for
I always see that too.
like why can we find a solution with who we have before being so quick to just ship them off? And if that's what we want to do, no problem. But if we believe that all we need out of a player up top, like I said on my show today, if all we want is a guy that runs, gets the ball, passes it out wide, and then runs right to the penalty spot, you don't have to spend $80 million. Okay.
No. But the problem is, even if you get rid of Vlahovic, then we're all going to cry because you see the legit, he's doing a good job at Bayern. So if Vlahovic does leave, he's going to do good on another team, I believe.
I have a feeling he will do well wherever he
Yeah,
goes.
because even at Arsenal, I think he will do really well, especially with that coach there. I kind of like the
I
Spanish guy.
think we can come up with much better in the final third than what we're doing. And ultimately, all it is, I mean, you don't have to watch Juve very long to figure it out. The spacing
Yeah,
is all wrong. It's all wrong. We're too far away from our forwards to support them and to assist them. Vlahovic, 9 times, and not just Vlahovic. Look at Milik, look at Keane. They usually have nobody to play in tight, close together with them. So it makes it very easy for defenses to isolate them and take them out. Andrew
yeah,
Juve, beautiful. West Coast likes the late night shows. I love it. I love it.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to
With
get
us
used to
too.
this on the phone. Then I have Nick Cardone, Dai Ragazzi.
Beautiful.
Then Andrew said Coast. Yeah, we're having
Yeah,
slowly, but going up.
I'm having a tough time believing we can't do more in the final third with who we have.
Well, you can believe?
I can't believe that we are not capable of doing more. I just won't accept it that it's simply the players, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We have a comment here from Mario Romeo. Let's see, it's a big one. We've been better than Inter both games recently. In a way, we got lucky for once, the last game, with the debatable handball before the goal. Yesterday game, we were unlucky. If Di Maria finds his form, we know he's capable of with us instead of only with Argentina. We could end off the season with trophies. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're in the thick of it with the two. I mean, it's all to play for in the Coppa Italia and Europa.
Yeah.
I mean, Sporting, we got the first one coming up very soon, so we'll see how we do in that first leg. But we get by
Yeah,
Sporting, and
Sporting's a little
then
bit
everybody
tough.
expects us to play Man United, but you never know. You just never ever know. You never know. And to be honest, I like Juventus when we play stronger opposition. I don't like us when we play the weaker sides. No disrespect to them, but when we play weaker sides, we usually play absolutely terrible. So
Yeah,
for me, I would rather Juventus face the toughest test rather than the weaker opponents because I feel like it's easy for this team, and it has been over the past few seasons for them to just switch off. And I'm
yeah,
hoping that at least Max can build that up with him, and at least he can try and help the mentality a little bit. And I do believe he has a little bit, but there's still a lot more. And ultimately, this team has to score more goals. We have to get more goals. You need your offensive players being dangerous and putting fear in the other teams to keep them honest. If we make it too easy for them up top, we
yeah.
give ourselves more problems. So again, though, I feel pretty good about Juve's chances in both of these. To be honest, both of those competitions, I feel good about.
Yeah, well, let's hope because Sporting it's a pretty tough, but you never know. Allegri, he knows how to read games, so he sometimes he surprises us. So Nick is saying, then if we lose with the big team, at least the testa alta. Forza Mario. Then Mario said, well said. Yeah. So the comments are coming up. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I would love to see at least the Europa League. If we can win at least, you know, Europa competition because it's been 30 years. But we'll see. Because Man United, I don't know, because I heard their defense are not that great. If we find somebody to score, maybe we can manage to beat. But even Sevilla, they're tough.
Oh yeah, the competitions. Sevilla's been a beast in that competition. That's why I say everybody's counting on Man U, but I wouldn't move so fast on Sevilla there.
Yes. Yeah, because Sevilla, they beat Inter at the semi-final when there was that baking with Conte and the player. Yeah, so they're tough. I think they win last time.
Yeah, I
The
think they've
Yeah.
made. Yeah, they've got a staggering record in the Europa League
Wow.
over the past what 3 or 4 seasons or something.
I
They're in
think
the mix
so.
every time. So
Wow.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We got
Yeah.
to worry about Sporting first, though. We worry about Sporting.
Well, yeah, next week.
Yeah. First,
So
Lazio. First, we're gonna give Lazio the big day of this weekend.
I think a casa, like, well, you do the te, I say a casa tutti, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same. But I don't know, Lazio. We'll see. Andrew. Cheers,
Ah,
gentlemen.
beautiful,
With
beautiful.
Chihuahuas.
The late night shows.
Cheers.
It's you gotta sometimes, Andrew.
Yeah, salute. What we need. We expected to win yesterday, but it's a tie, so.
Dealing with the
Salute
Chihuahuas
ai
all
miei
day.
amici
Yeah,
interisti.
that's exactly. It was making me really pissed off on Twitter today, and I actually bit my tongue quite a bit. The old me would have unleashed and probably been banned for a while, but I gotta
Yeah,
take
you're
it a
kind of
little
like
easy.
me. That's why I'm trying to be calm with even with the rivalries and stuff. So
Yeah. The sad thing is that I actually saw journalists, okay, people that actually consider themselves professionals trying to paint an entire fan base, saying things like they and these people have no shame. I had to really bite my tongue there because I'm like, you are a journalist in your own words. And you're going to come out and say something like this, and you're going to label an entire fan base. Really, I'm gonna
it's
be
just to
having a
make
private
money.
discussion with this person because I know them, and I don't
Oh,
like
you
that.
know.
I
Oh,
don't like that at all, to be honest. And I take things like that very seriously because it's garbage. It's garbage. And there's been this, you know, Juve's always painted in this light. And if you look at the investigations today, and when I had Matteo there on Monday night, and we were
yeah, I
talking,
saw that a little bit.
the
Yeah.
damage is already done. The damage is already done from everything that they've put Juventus through and the constant stuff. You can't get a headline, okay? Any negative headline that can in any way, shape, or form be associated with Juventus always does. Danny fucking Alves spent 1 year at Juventus, man. He gets in all this legal crap. He goes to prison. It's ex-Juventus player, not ex-Barcelona player. It's
Yeah.
ex-Juventus player thrown in prison, whatever, for all. And I'm like, ex-Juventus player. They couldn't wait, I bet, to type that out. It's unbelievable, man. Every chance they get, it's ex-Juventus this, ex-Juventus that when it's negative. When it's positive, nobody reminds anybody that he was at Juventus. It's unbelievable, man. I'm sick and tired of it.
You know what's funny about this? Because I had this conversation today with some of my friends. As soon I post something, because when I do videos, when it comes to Inter, I kind of mark them off. But then I do say good things. I told my friends, so you only see the bad things I say about Inter, but not the good things. Like you only attack me. It's the same thing with these guys. They always look the bad things about Juventus, which they're not true, and they don't say the positive side.
You
Like
know what?
it's
Uh, I got very little to say good about that team, other than um, it was right of them to try and imitate Juventus, and they finally got a little bit of success that wasn't on cardboard. But hey,
yeah.
they won a couple more trophies. I got some trophies here for them. This is the kind they win.
Yeah, the cartoni.
Yeah, I got some trophies here for them.
No, what I
Ah,
mean talking like
but I
I
do
don't
like
really
Anthony
talk.
from Interworldwide. I do like Anthony from Interworldwide.
No,
So if
no,
he's listening,
I,
he knows we hate each other's team and we're gonna throw jabs back and forth. But we'll all respect
no,
with
no, but
Anthony.
he's cool. Like he's the good interista. But at least he's honest.
Yeah,
Most of
he's a good guy. Anthony's
he's
great.
honest about his team. Most of the interista, like my friends, they still can't take the loss with Juventus. They still crying about the handball of Rabiot. Like last year, I had to hear so much shit when they beat us.
What handball? There's
The
no
famous
handball.
handball of Rabiot.
No, there was no handball. It would have been called if
Exactly.
there was
For
no
them,
handball.
it was a handball.
You know what I saw? This is what I saw. Juve won. Inter te.
A
That's what
casa,
I
yes.
saw. 1-0, my friend. I didn't see any handball.
Oh, it's too much, man. Even last year, I was so happy that Milan win the Scudetto, not them. When I was messaging, all I care about is beating Juventus. Oh, really? But you don't care about the Scudetto? Now we beat you, and you still find excuses. Maria fresca, man.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Are you
It is what it
surprised?
is.
I'm
I'm
not.
not surprised. No, I, I just ignore them e faccio
Mario's
quattro
going
versi.
off here. Let's take a look. He's going
You,
off.
you want me to say it or?
Go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because my English sometimes. Case and Di Maria playing the way they can simultaneously for a change could be very dangerous to any opponents. If we have a magical end to the season, Coppa Italia, Europa League, and Scudetto, if they give us our 15 points, back on Napoli, nosedive.
That would take an epic failure
I
from
know,
Napoli. And
but
I
I
tell
even
you
be
what,
happy.
I would laugh my ass off if they managed to choke from here on out. I would laugh.
Oh, buddy, I
There's
don't
some
know.
guys that already have the tattoo with the number 3 on the Scudetto on their body, and I would laugh.
I know. I don't like. I heard today even from my FTV, he was saying something like he doesn't believe that Juventus will manage to win. But do you imagine if that ever happens?
I
But
tell
I
you
don't know
what,
if
man, right now
Napoli.
there's a lot of things to be thinking about for Juventini. I mean, obviously today with
I know we don't have to
Bravino
worry
there
about.
and
Yeah.
being the vice president now of UEFA as well. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about what's going down, I don't know what will. You need un scafo alla faccia to wake up if you can't tell right now what's going on.
Yeah, Napoli nosedive is not impossible, and I would also laugh my head off.
Oh yeah,
Nick
that would be
Cardone.
epic. I would.
Yeah, well, Nick Cardone, he's going on a rampage because non succede, ma se succede, those tattoos are from Koulibaly's. Good one, Nick. Like he's on it because he doesn't like Napoli that much. Like, I don't blame him, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I I will talk at the end. I won't say if that's going to happen or not because we don't
it
know.
would take something catastrophic. I mean, let's be honest here. It's almost impossible for them to collapse at this.
Yeah,
It's too far a gap. But I mean, crazy things could happen, and they have a history of blowing it. But it just seems like this year,
well, at this moment, no.
it
The
just
only
seems
thing,
this year nobody can really get it going. And I feel like the gap between them and all the other teams are gonna have to be there. I don't know. Would I love it though? Absolutely, absolutely. I would
yes.
love it.
Well, we'll
Should,
see
well,
because
should we
they
take a look
lost.
at their schedule? Have you even looked at their schedule?
Yeah, but I have to. My wife. Do you
Like
have your phone?
Napoli for the rest of this month has Lecce this Friday. They're
Hmm.
going to play AC Milan in the Champions League on Wednesday, then Verona on Saturday. They should be winning against Lecce and Verona. Obviously, they're going to be focusing on the AC Milan Champions League games. And then they got us
Yeah.
on the 23rd. That's a big one, I tell you.
Yeah,
Because
that.
if we can return the favor and actually win that one, that's a big one. Salernitana on the end. It's a decent month. The kicker there is that they have the Champions League games. But I tell you, it's still going to take a lot, everybody. Take a lot. May, Udinese, Fiorentina, Monza, Inter, Bologna, and then finish with Sampdoria. So I find it very, very hard to picture them blowing this lead.
Yeah. Well, they lost with Milan. That was kind of shocking, 4-0. So I'm pretty sure Milan they're gonna demolish them at the Champions League. My thoughts.
Yeah, a little bit of a warning shot maybe for
Yeah,
them, and
because bro, AC
maybe that
Milan they
makes
have.
Napoli slip up a bit in the games in between and around it because they'll be so focused on trying to get through. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, because the thing with Milan, they have Champions League mentality, right? So we'll see. Even though they're not the Milan as we've seen before, but we'll see.
Yeah, I tell you, they to walk into the Maradona this season and beat them like that, that was crazy.
Oh yeah, that's the first team that did that.
Oh, they pumped them, pumped them. You can't tell me Napoli's not thinking about that now going into the Champions League. There's no
Oh,
way.
they are.
Oh
They are
yeah.
pretty.
Oh
But
yeah.
they got to be
They
careful.
tried to play it off. They tried to play it off on Twitter. Like all their fans, oh, whatever. It's just this one. No, it's not whatever. That's a big game when you're about to play the same team in a Champions League two-legged knockout to get into the semifinals. Oh, yeah. You bet your ass that's a big game. That's a big game, and you guys dropped the ball huge. So,
Well, thanks to Milan, because Milan and Napoli beat us 5-1, but thanks to Milan, they gave us a revenge. So
yeah. Now, the
hopefully.
interesting thing, like I said, maybe we get a little Easter basket with those 15 points back. If we
Yeah.
get the job done on the 23rd, things get a little bit interesting. And if they can slip up somewhere in there between the Champions
Yeah.
League, you never know. I think, to be honest, if I'm speaking truthfully, this is the one thing that bothers me about this season is that they didn't have that team chasing them or close contention because of this 15 points thing.
Yeah.
Because the 15 points was such a crucial blow to Juventus, and it created this turmoil in there, and they were able to create a further gap and everything. And we started hitting stride, but we still didn't get those 15 points back. If they had a team chasing them the whole way, you just don't know if it would have been as comfortable for them, you know?
Yeah.
I
We'll
just
see.
don't know, and it's one question we'll always have. You just never know. You never know.
No, I believe you. But the thing is, before those 15 points, we lost with Napoli that 5-1. That was a big no. You know what I mean? I was really pissed off about that. But yeah, because even though took off those 15 points, Inter couldn't manage to scare them. They lost 10 games. And Milan, they're up and down. So
Yeah. Now Andrew's got a good question here because he talks about a couple draws against lower sides from Napoli and an exit in
this
the
one,
Champions League. All of a sudden, the pressure's on. Yes, crazier things have happened. But the thing is it better for them? Like if we're talking about the potential for them to slip up in Serie A, I think you would want them to get by Milan in the Champions League because then they're still focusing on that as well. If all of a sudden, I think if you take the Champions League out of the equation,
yeah, then they're going to focus just the
yeah,
Scudetto.
and then I think there's no shot. There's no shot at all. If they stay in the
No,
Champions League, there's a chance.
then
But those games in and around the Milan two matches, not terribly crazy until the one against us, obviously, because I think Juve is going to return the favor in our home. I actually think we will.
yeah, well, I hope so. Hope the boys can score more
I
than
hope
one
so,
goal.
man, because that last one was pathetic. I've never seen a team play as bad as we did that game. So,
Yeah, that was unacceptable. I was so pissed off that day, man.
oh
Like
yeah,
5-1. This is the first time. Like I understand Chelsea or Benfica, but with Napoli 5-1, come on.
buddy, I did a watch along. I was live for the whole damn thing, sitting there like
Yeah, I was with Nick that day.
I
We
had
were
no
just
words.
like
I had no words. I had no words.
like Nick is in my prediction, we lose the Scudetto by 6 points. I thought the same thing, 6 points. And had the four if
If
we
we had
had
the 2
the
points with Salernitana that we should
too
have had
much.
4.
Man. They did so
Imagine it
much.
comes down to those 2 points that we would have had there. Imagine that would have been imagine that ends up this season as the difference, the Salernitana, where they came
Yeah,
out and
like those are
admitted that
two
it was a
points.
mistake. Could you imagine that?
Anything can happen.
Could you imagine if it came down to the 2 points that we didn't get against Salernitana? I would lose my mind, man.
I bet.
I would lose it. But
Mm.
whatever.
It is what it is.
We'll see what happens,
Unfortunately,
man. There's a lot of games left still. A lot of games left.
yeah. Let's focus on these games. Let's hope to do better the Europa League. Because like I always said, for me, Scudetto, uh, for me, 50-50. I always liked, to see them succeed in Europa. I know Champions League is tough. Now we'll see with Europa League. So might be our chance. Then hopefully next year we
You
see
know what? I think
something new.
the decade of dominance there should have taught everybody now, especially with these years coming out of that you can't take any trophy for granted. Any trophy is a trophy. One is a trophy earned. I like
Yeah.
them all. I like them all. I don't like when I hear, oh, it's just the Coppa Italia, it's just this or whatever. They're all trophies. They're all winning. I want to win them all. I want to win them all. And you know what? After this season, after all the shit and bullshit everybody's
Yeah.
saying, talking,
Uh,
I want them all. I want
yeah.
them all.
Coppa Italia, Europa.
I want every single one possible every single year. And I want to
Well,
sing
that's
when I can,
Juventus
sing
mentality.
the songs right in their faces.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice.
People think they can sit at the same table and they're not even close. Not even close. Not even close. It's
Wait, I
unbelievable.
mean, the
Disrespect.
other teams?
Disrespect for jokes, man. Jokes.
Oh, you've seen, but the other rivalries.
Oh, please. Please.
That's too much, man.
Please.
Like, I do respect the Milan fans. They're cool. Like, my mom is a Milan fan. It's funny how I'm a Juventino, but, you know, you pretty much can talk, but I'm sorry, with Inter, it's hard. After
There's
they
a
win the
lot of fans out
Scudetto,
there that every fan base has people that are just ridiculous. Okay. Every fan base has people that are just ridiculous, that are over the top, that don't want to listen to anything. They want to drive these narratives that are false narratives and everything. Everybody has them. But there are a lot of good fans in all the fan bases
no,
too.
no, there is. Like I
There's
said,
like I don't necessarily like have a problem with any of these teams or whatnot, but it's funny when they want to talk a certain way and drop a lot of disrespect to teams or whatever on these ridiculous narratives that, again, the league has allowed, and not only allowed it but fueled it um through their own stupidity, essentially. Okay, like, and lack of competency from the league standpoint has allowed these false narratives to run
yeah,
wild with no protection of one of their biggest clubs ever. It's hilarious, and it's one of the reasons this league will never thrive. It's one of the reasons this league will never thrive again the way it once did.
yeah,
Things changed for the worse. It was starting to fade in the 2000s, and after '06, it's at a point where it's going to take everything to get it back, and it has not. It has not. And this is the problem I have when I talk about respect, a lack of respect and false narratives. Okay. Yes, Juve against the world. Amici di nessuno, everybody. Okay. Amici di nessuno.
exactly.
And I'm telling you, these false narratives, all this, okay, that gets fueled, not prevented from the league reign, but fueled. And even De Laurentiis himself. And while we have some fans that like to paint that picture and they like to go on these false narratives, De Laurentiis himself said, we've all had to reach from the Juve tree, the lemon tree that is Juventus, and where we've all benefited from it over the decade of dominance or whatnot, when they were always in the runnings in Champions League and everything and bringing attention to the league and whatnot. They all leached off that for a while. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, they buy into the false narratives, everything going around, and so quickly they want to get rid. Well, be careful what you ask for. And if you
be
truly
careful what you
believe,
wish for.
yeah, if you truly believe the league would be better without one of the main three teams, okay,
Yeah,
that have always brought the attention, and it's the two Milan sides and Juventus that have always brought the attention, mainly AC Milan and Juve, bringing the attention to Serie A. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, because I don't think you want to see that Serie A.
no, 100%. Because if we get these 15 points, the chances are Inter won't be at the top four. And then what? What they're gonna do? They're gonna find another trial, you know. And then people were happy seeing Juventus go. That's it. You talk about that you're sportive. This is bad for Italy, for Serie A. If Juventus is not in the picture, like, you still don't get it.
No,
They don't get it, man.
they don't get it. They don't get it at all. And to be honest, um, Inter's got a lot of problems that they got to deal with themselves. Like, they're gonna have some serious problems. If I was an Inter fan right now, I'd be pretty concerned too, because like, they need new ownership, so they have to sell. None of their players, I think, are happy. Like, the locker room's a mess from what I hear. They got problems. They got problems.
Yes, that's what I've been hearing from my friends. But what bothers me about Inter, they have the top squad of Serie A, and they're not playing well. Like since Inzaghi, like their midfield is the best. Like Barella is amazing. Di
Inzaghi,
Marco.
I can't stand Inzaghi. I'll tell you right now. I
No,
can't.
I don't like Inzaghi either. But it's funny how the Interist, one of my friends said, "Oh, he's a genius. Genius of what? Because if you
Genius.
win the Coppa Italia and Super Coppa, come on, man.
Genius.
Yeah, that's what I heard
Inzaghi,
last year."
when he was rumored to come to Juventus when we got rid of Allegri the first time, I
Mhm.
said I would sign Allegri for 100 years if it was between him and Inzaghi. No way do I want Inzaghi.
Yeah, and we'll go penalties, Mario. Don't worry. There's no away goal for the Coppa Italia. Sorry. Yeah,
Pipo
fake
is the real.
Inzaghi. Yeah, people for me, he's number one. Then we got Adam. Milan two, Napoli one. Yeah, I
Pipo
can
had
see that.
problems with Del Piero when they were both at Juventus. That was a big thing. They didn't get
Who?
along.
Inzaghi?
Pipo Inzaghi and Del Piero did not get along.
I think I remember that.
And the club had to make a decision that because Pipo he was scoring a lot too. He was on fire, but the two of them didn't get along at all.
Wow.
And that was a big move when Juventus had to go away from that. And then Juventus had to make another decision when Del Piero went through the knee injury and came back and he was struggling. He was almost sold.
Hmm.
It was between Del Piero and Zidane, and then we know what happened. We made that crazy deal with Zidane, and we brought in Jesus. What a swing, man!
I know.
Nedved, Buffon, Thuram. Are you kidding me?
Good times.
Crazy, man. Crazy days back then.
I know. I hope we can see a Juventus like that, man.
Oh man, if
Mm.
we could, that those squads were crazy. And this is going back to my point about don't take any single trophy for granted because back then
Yeah.
those teams, man, how many we had teams with these players on there that weren't winning Serie A. We had these loaded teams that were battling and still couldn't get the job done and couldn't win Scudetti. So when I hear people talk about not getting these trophies, I say, hey, like, or, oh, this is not the trophy I want. I want that. Take whatever damn trophy you can get because you don't know when the next one's coming.
Yeah, true.
You know, I love them
Well,
all. I love every trophy celebration, and I hope, like, I don't care if it's Coppa Italia, I don't care if it's Super Coppa, everything,
I
like,
know people
whatever.
call it La Coppa del Nonno, Coppa Italia, Super
Now,
Coppa. But
there are rumors. We should talk about this because I think it's kind of cool,
okay,
to be honest. Rumors about the
the
Super
Super Coppa.
Coppa. So the
Yeah,
Super Coppa is going to be
yeah.
finished in the Middle East and stuff, so they're not going to go there anymore. The rumor is that the Super Coppa is going to come to the USA, okay, and they're going
Hmm.
to bring they're going to play a tournament, mini tournament with 4 teams for the Super Coppa
Yeah, that's what I heard. The first
before the
top
season
four.
starts, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's a great idea.
Well, if it comes in America close to us, that'll be great to watch it.
That's the rumor. The rumor is when the
Wow.
contract's done there, I think they got one more Super Copa, and then when that's done, it's a tournament, 4 teams, and it's going to be in there. So it's the theory is Scudetto winner, Coppa Italia winner, and then place 3 and 4 or whatever,
Yeah,
place
the top
2 and 3 out
the
of
top
whatever.
four.
They'll work it
Yeah.
out. And if somebody's the same winner, Scudetto and Coppa Italia, then they take the runner up. So the theory is 1 and 2 in the league, and then finalist and the champion and the loser, runner up in Coppa Italia. Those 4 travel and will play a mini tournament for the Super Copa before the season starts in North America. I think that would be amazing. Awesome preseason.
That'll be great. We got Andrew here. He's saying something. Real quick, should we be playing Kesa right now? He's definitely not fit and has had a lot of setbacks so far. To me, it's very risky. Is he a world class talent that needs protection? I don't know. Since that injury, for me, Kesa, it's untouchable. But since that injury, man, it's not easy. He doesn't have his.
Should we be playing Chiesa right now is the question. Well, the tough thing is, my man, is
Maybe
we don't
second half.
we don't really know the circumstances. I mean, I think a lot of it is mental with him right now. I think he's scared. I think he's nervous. I think he's scared, and I think there's a lot to it. He doesn't look 100% comfortable to me when I watch him play right now. He doesn't look fully comfortable. It
Yeah,
feels like watching somebody it makes me nervous watching him because
that's it.
I sense nervousness in him the way he moves. I feel like he's like either compensating for something or he's way too nervous about it. So I don't know, man. He doesn't quite look himself, and obviously it's hard to judge because he's been in and out for what, a month now, trying
Yeah.
right. So
Then you
it's
went to
very
Austria
very hard
last
to
week,
gauge.
so
I think if there was any serious risk right now, they would not be playing him, even for 10 minutes or whatever, if there was a serious risk.
yeah,
He went to Austria to see his surgeon who performed the surgery on his knee. Obviously, now it is the opposite knee that he's concerned with. But eh, I don't know. All the tests are coming back good, apparently. I think a lot of it is right here, is in his head.
yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
think
not
he's
easy to
and
go
that's
through that.
normal. That's normal when you go through such a major injury like that. Like Del Piero talked about when I went to Los Angeles and
Okay.
they had an interview. Okay, after we saw the team train, there was a special event, and big thank you to president of the fan club where you're at, Reno, Vancouver,
Yeah, Pietro.
because Pietro went. He did everything to get me into this event. So again, I always like to say thank you to Pietro. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I told him about tonight.
Down
He's probably
one
busy, but
Saturday, I will be coming down to Vancouver to do a live watch along at one of the games on a Saturday
on
from there.
Saturday. Okay.
But it was great because Del Piero was asked about the injury that changed the way he had to play the game and everything. And
Yeah, I
he was
remember.
sitting there and it was like, what do you think about what goes on in your mind as a player? And for him, he goes, it was very simple. He says, it's scary, he says, because you question everything. You question everything. He says, will I be fast enough again to actually play? Will I be able to make the moves I could? Will I cut whatever? Is it going to happen again? Do I have to you question everything. And then as you go through the rehab, as you try to get back, and you have good days and you have bad days, and every time a bad day comes up, you question everything all over again. Can I get back there? It's terrible. I don't wish it upon anybody and whatnot. And
No.
I think right now, Chiesa's got still, even though he's getting back in and getting, I still think there's a long road still ahead for Federico
Yeah.
Chiesa.
Just the thing. I got a friend of mine, Joe Massi, Forza Inter.
Oh, he
Sure,
came in
buddy.
at the right time. It's a good thing he didn't come in earlier.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Me and him, we go on and off, but I told him, buddy, change team. Your team is not doing well. I always give his uncle a hard time. He wants a meet up. Last
That's
time I
good.
was there, he was like, voi sapete giocare a pallavolo? Ma pure voi, please. Inter merda. It just never ends.
You know what? The banter's good and I love it. We just got to keep it respectable. That's all. But I love
No,
it.
yeah, yeah.
As soon as somebody goes personal, that's where it's it for me.
That's what I told you recently. What happened to? That's why I had to block some people because it went personal. So I said, enough. It's enough. You can hate the team whatsoever, but if you get offensive, fai quattro passi, amico mio.
Yeah.
We
Secondo.
got my
Secondo. Let's go.
Segundo. I got a good one. One sec.
Secondo.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I put the
I'm going to read
comments.
Mario's comment here while you go get
Yeah,
another.
yeah, okay.
Chiesa is a firecracker. He's probably psychologically worried about hurting himself again. Doesn't look comfortable now, but despite that, he always adds a spark to the game. I don't know if I've been feeling that spark a lot, though. I don't know if I've been feeling that spark a lot. And while he came on and we scored, the same could be said that he came on, Golsons came on in that game, and DiMarco left, and then all of a sudden that back post was wide open for Barao. So again, it is what it is. Cheers to Andrew, who's sharing another one with us. Beautiful stuff.
Cheers.
Look,
Yeah,
I want to see Chiesa thrive. I think he's our boy. I think he is Juventus right now.
He
It's
is
scary. And look at Andrew.
for
He's had
me.
3 knee surgeries on 1 ACL. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Did you
Wow.
watch the video of him? Prime Video.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
watched
that
it in
was
Italian when
pretty.
it first came out, and
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, that's good insight on everything that happens and what you have to go through and what it's like. And
yeah.
it's
Like he
tough,
had
man.
that girl, his girlfriend, that helped him out a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, because he
Yeah.
broke up with the first one. Now he's with this new one. Good job. So well, which she
Oh
support him.
yeah.
So
I don't think that kid's gonna have problems when it comes to that.
no, no. But see, I think this one's better than the other one because the other one I did not like. Too cocky. I don't
Too
like those kind of
cocky.
girls. Yeah, stuck up. Let's say.
You know what? That's one thing I can honestly tell you. I don't pay attention to the women in the footballers' lives,
Yeah.
except for Dybala. She was crazy.
Oh.
She was probably one of the worst things that happened to Dybala. They're still together. We're not like, no, 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 no. That was all
Mm.
wrong for Paulo. It all went like this for Paulo when he started seeing Oriana there.
Oh.
So if
Okay.
anybody asks, what's the reason for Paulo Dybala failing at Juventus towards the end? Oriana.
Oriana. What did
Oriana.
she do? I don't remember. Like she controls him, right?
She's just crazy. I don't know, and
Crazy.
I don't think she's personally, in my opinion, I don't think she's attractive, to be honest.
Oh. Yeah.
Poor Paolo.
Yeah.
Paolo. Paolo, we all remember 15, 16. That was the Paolo. He should have never cut his hair. He should have never left that girl. Paolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paula, well, I still kind of miss him, but it is what it is. Do you miss him?
Ah, not really. I think
Because
it's
now
because
with Roma, he's
I
playing.
got used to him not being around because he started to get hurt so much.
I know, but now with Roma, he's not hurt that much. Surprising.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Paulo Dybala. I was a big fan of
Yeah,
Dybala.
same.
I always vouch for him. I always, but to be honest with you, and I've said this a lot whenever his name comes up, for me, I think one of the main reasons why I don't miss him is the fact that you had 3, 4 years to take top 25 money with the team that you said you loved. And every time it was, I want a little more. I want more. I want more. I want more. At what point does this love for the club that you always talk about play in? At what
Yeah.
point? So stop telling me you love the club and tell me you love money and you want the money. And you know who was telling that? Oriana. I bet you anything.
Yeah, Marius saying something about Dybala. Dybala still Juventus fan is my bet. I miss him. He can still come back. No problem for me. No more leftovers. We don't want
Yeah, I
ex-players.
agree. I think it's, you know what? It's
It's too
time
much.
it's time to just I think turn the page. Even when people talk about Conte, no, no, no.
Yeah, that's why I was saying not to be rude about Pogba. I meant that was a mistake. There's no more ex-players. We need some new people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I and I don't think the reason he came back is because he's an ex-Juve player. I think it
No.
honestly, people have to understand what Juventus was trying to do and what they did accomplish. If you look at the first half financials this year compared to last year,
I get
holy
it. Yeah,
smokes, they did an incredible job. Incredible job. Now, the job's still not done.
I know.
So they're going to look for free deals. They're going to look to integrate more younger players.
That's what we need.
Yeah. So the thing is that honestly, we have a lot of work still ahead of us on the roster, but are they doing things in the right fashion right now? I truly believe they do. I truly believe they are. And the reason I feel that way is because number one, you have young players getting integrated, getting into the mix. And this is going to benefit Juventus because even if they don't keep them around, what they're doing is building up these players' value. Okay.
Yeah,
So even if they end up having to be in a situation where they have to sell one of these guys, Now that these youngsters have a lot more value after playing 1 season, 2 seasons with Juventus than if they were coming from the Primavera. Okay.
Mm.
So the value instantly is up. The other thing is, okay, now we're starting to build up assets, okay, because Juventus did a poor job in contingency planning. And as these guys started to fade out, your Chiellini's, Bonucci done now, Buffon was leaving, all these guys start leaving, Pjanic leaves, all this. There's
Yeah.
nobody next in line that was ready to come in, that was ready to take over, that was ready to take the reins and whatnot, and especially at center back position for me.
Yeah, we always had
Gatti,
that
thank
problem.
God Gatti now is starting to do well, but
Megati, I like him.
the contingency planning was poor. Now they're doing things the right way. The free agency, things like that, they're still going to have to operate that way for a bit
Yeah,
until
a
they
little bit, but
really
not too
get
much.
numbers. And now you have all the investigations and stuff. That's going to take us a little bit longer too, because we don't know how long this is going to go. And today, what the rumors about the plea deal in terms of the salary case, I
The
don't know if
famous
they're
video.
here's I don't know. Do you want my thoughts on the plea deal?
Yeah,
Okay. If Here's the
because you
thing.
said it on Saturday.
Presidents in Italy almost counts for shit, okay? And we've seen that because the Plusvalenza case, and again, everybody, it's crazy. There's like 4 open cases right now that are all separate. Plusvalenza was one. You have the salary cases. You have the case of an alliance with other teams and whatnot, and then you have civil suits brought up out of the salary case. Okay, so it's a mess. The Plusvalenza case was dismissed 2 times. 2 times. That should set a precedence for everything that followed, because the salary case was also tied to that and was stemming off of that. But in Italy, they don't care. There's no precedence. So for me, why
No.
I feel Juventus should not take the plea deal is because if we do, you can bet your ass they will consider it an admission of guilt, and they will set that as a precedence against us. Because as everybody can see over there right now, the way things are, you are not innocent until proven guilty. You are actually guilty until you can bail yourself out. And that's what's asked backwards about. And that's why I would give them the big A in terms of a plea deal. Juventus should
Mamma
fight
mia.
this, and they should fight everything full force. And also, the salary case is a very interesting one, and it concerns me. Out of all the cases we face, it concerns me the most. But has anybody stopped and thought about the reason that why there's a few players that are coming out saying that they don't have their money, and everybody's getting concerned about that? I'm not
Like
concerned.
Paulo
I'm
Dybala.
not concerned. That looks better for Juventus, because what they're claiming is that Juventus paid without putting it on the books after deferring their salary. So to be honest, the more players that say, "Hey, we didn't get our money," that actually looks better because Juve didn't put it on their books. So
Yeah.
there's a lot going on there, and we still don't have clear details, and everybody's playing a guessing game, and there's a lot of media outlets there that just want to take that brush and go like this and paint Juve as thieves and criminals and all this. We got to wait, but it could be a long, long time. This thing could span out for 2 years potentially.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Crazy, crazy. It's
I have
crazy.
Andrew. Sorry, Andrew said something about Dybala. I was waiting for you to finish. I'm actually unclear on that. So, what is his agent asking for more money or Paulo?
Well,
Or do
here's the
we?
thing. Does it
I don't know about
you
that.
can't have one without the other, because if a player wants a deal over, it doesn't really matter what his agent says. Because do you think if Paulo says, "You know what? I'm happy with that. I want to take it, whatever." Do you think his agent gonna say, "No, no, we can get way more, whatever." Well, if I love the club and I was happy with the figures put in front of me, if my agent was telling me, "No, okay, no, we'll take more," but then the longer it goes, okay, now we're talking about a span of 3 to 4 years and him not locking in a deal. Do you think a player that wanted to lock that in would continue that if his agent was still saying no? We'd be like, man, what are we waiting for? I still don't have a deal. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Paulo very much had, and not only that, I mean, at what point would you question your agent? He's all the first time he was represented by like his brother or something, or his brother-in-law or something.
Yeah, and that was
Other
an
guys,
agent.
like a friend
He's
of
a
his
car
brother.
dealership.
Like he's got Mickey Mouse management his entire time, but top 25 money he was offered, his first offer. And I don't think he was a top 25 player when he was offered that. He was
No.
probably in there, maybe in there, but I don't think so. So for me, whether it's his agent or him, if you love the club, that's more than fair top 25 money at that time because I don't think he was a top 25 player. That's
No,
just
but then even the fact he asked for more money, as we heard the latest, then he denied it. So
yeah, but
the
that
Piero
was
stayed
at
for
the
less.
very end
He's
though.
not the
That's the
Piero.
difference. That's the difference. That's at the very end. That is at the very end. So what he said was he didn't receive an offer in the last meeting because yeah, he had all his offers up until that point. Paulo thought that he was going to walk in there and we were going to say, okay, yeah, we're going to give in to everything and we're just going to lock this deal in. And then he ended up finding out that after playing games for 3 years, they ended up finding a deal for Vlahovic. And that meeting was to actually tell you, you're not getting your deal now because we got Vlahovic coming in. Hey, you
Yeah,
play
that's what.
games, you win stupid prizes sometimes. If he loved the club and he wanted to stay, he had 3 years to work with the club and find a deal. And I think honestly, he had fair offers.
Yeah, Cassandra saying good shout, good way to look at it. Same thing happened with Rabiot then. No, not really.
Rabiot is a tough one because I actually think Rabiot might accept the same wage and bonuses, to be honest.
That's what I think too. But if it's more money, no, like 10 million, no, thank you.
I think he might take the same money and some bonuses, to be honest, because I think I and this is just me, my feeling, my gut feeling is that if Allegri stays, Rabiot will stay. I
Yeah,
actually think Rabiot, rather than jumping at the money, I think he would choose to stay here. And I also think it's going to have to do with what happens with European play. Because
yeah.
even if Max stays and we do not have European play, I don't think Adrian Rabiot is going to stay, to be honest.
Hmm.
I think Rabiot, the two things, the kickers for him are European play and Allegri, to be honest.
Hmm. You think Alleg is gonna stay? I don't know. I hope.
50-50.
Yeah,
50-50.
50-50. Because you said maybe Tudor might
Oh, I
join.
don't
I
know who,
hope.
but I just like Tudor was rumored as an option.
Rumored,
I think
yes.
Tudor would be solid, to be honest. I like
I,
the way I like the
you
way he
know,
plays his teams because they play with fire and balls and they get
yeah.
after it.
I wish Klopp, but I don't know if they're ever gonna get Klopp.
Klopp,
Yeah,
Klopp's great, and
but
then I got a funny,
you got a funny
a weird
feeling.
thing with Klopp. Okay, I respect Klopp, but I feel like he's one of the types of managers that likes the credit when it goes well and
Yeah.
has a lot of excuses when it's not.
Hmm.
And I don't really know about like he's a great manager. He gets results. He has got results, but
Yeah, I like him.
I I just don't know. I just don't know about Klopp. I don't know about Klopp and
We'll
you
see, but he
as
wants a
a
lot of
fit.
money too. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
if
he ever come to
Klopp's
City. Yeah.
I don't know if Klopp would be the fit, to be honest.
Hmm. I
I
wanted
like
Tuchel,
Tudor
but
though.
he's
I
at
like
Bayern.
Tudor.
I wanted Tuchel, but he's at Bayern. Like right away. And watch,
You
Tuchel
know
is
what I
gonna when
find funny? This is what I find funny.
okay.
You, how you feel about Allegri, and you actually want Tuchel to come in. Like that's what makes me laugh. Is because they're almost the same, man.
But he's more
No, he's
new-minded.
not.
Well, with
No, he's
Chelsea,
not.
the first two with Chelsea, it was more aggressive soccer at the Champions League.
No. Did you watch the final, for God's
Yeah, the
sake?
final, yes, but before that, even last year, well, they lost with Real Madrid. They managed to score a lot of goals.
Do
I don't
you
know.
think if Thomas Tuchel was with Juventus this season and had to go through the 15 points thing or whatever, do you think he would be doing as good as Allegri is right now?
I don't think so, no,
I don't think so.
because he
I
left
think
at Chelsea for
if
some
you take
stupid reason.
players
Well,
into
they,
the equation and strength of roster and everything like that, I'm telling you right now, and everybody knows where I stand with Max Allegri. I need Max Allegri to show me way more before the end of this season to feel
yeah,
comfortable with him, especially offensively. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think there's a manager out there in this situation Max Allegri's in that could have done a better job.
no, I agree with you. Like I said, my latest videos, I haven't said Allegri out or all this BS, but we got to be honest speaking because these last 3 months, Allegri managed to clear the mindset of the boys, and you know, he he's managed to read the games properly, even though his game is not what I like. But he's giving us points, and that's all. That's all that matters at this point. Like I'm not anti-Allegriano or Allegriano. I just want to see somebody new with some new
You know,
faces.
on Monday night, Mateo and me, we said, what did we say? We said, I'll tell you right now, I don't care
Yeah,
who the
my
coach
wife.
is.
I
I
love
don't care
kids.
who the players is.
So
Hey, look at that. There you go. And Reno. Uh,
yeah.
so I like for me, I don't care who the coach is. I don't care who the players are, whatever. Like for me, you have pressure, you have standards at Juventus. It's about maintaining the standard. It's
Yeah.
about setting the bar and keeping it there and competing and winning ultimately. Ultimately. So for me, if we score, I saw this. I saw this from people. They said, you know what? Napoli lost 4 whatever to Milan. Milan pumped, but you know what? I would be happy if we lost playing like that. Whatever.
That's
Fuck
what I
that.
heard too.
Fuck that. No, 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 no. I'm not happy with a loss no matter how it comes. And if we go out there scoring 5 goals and we lose 6-5, I'm still pissed off. It's about winning at the end of the day.
Yeah, I heard a lot of YouTubers, even Italian YouTubers, were saying. I don't remember which one. Just
Dude, I've heard that a lot of places. I'm not talking about content creators. Like I've heard it everywhere saying I would at least be happy if we are losing. If we went, look, I would be happy losing if we put our best foot forward. Like, testa alta, like Nick said
Nick.
earlier,
Yeah, testament.
I would be happy if we always put our best foot forward. That's different than saying that I just need the attacking football and then I'll be happy or whatever. It's a lot different. Best foot forward. Because for me, beautiful football can be defensive when it has to be and offensive when it has to be. You need to be strong in all areas on the pitch. For me, right now, this Juventus is not as strong as it needs to be in the final
Yeah.
third. Okay. But ultimately, it's all about the 3 points, ultimately.
Yeah, that's what Andrew's saying.
Because
That's
even
what
if
I'm
we
saying
win,
too.
even if we win ugly, I'm happy at the end of the day with the win. But do I want the team to progress and be stronger and stronger? Yes.
That's what I want too. But at this moment, we cannot say nothing. Even if you change the coach right now, like what just happened with Bayern, Tuchel, Potter. Now let's keep it how it is. Then in the new year, we'll see if they're going to change Allegri or if they're going to bring more players for Allegri, and we'll see a different thing.
You know what it
I
comes
get
down
mad too
to?
when I see people like these famous YouTubers, these Italian YouTubers, they're driving me nuts. Like everybody is attacking them. They always complain about Allegri and going against Juventus. They wish Juventus to lose to get rid of Allegri. Like, are you crazy?
That's an agenda.
Yeah.
When you are wishing your team to suffer, to lose in order to get somebody out of there, for me, the jury is still out on Max Allegri and his return. But I would be more than happy if all of a sudden we start winning, we're winning trophies, whatever. I don't care then if he stays. He could stay as long as he wants if he's winning.
Yeah, exactly. At
If
this
he's winning,
point,
he could stay as long as he wants. But that's what it comes down to. Ultimately, again, for me, it comes down to preference when people talk about football. Because some people see it as, I always say, if we're going to lose, I want it to at least be our best foot forward and be the team punching, not the team taking all the punches. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean.
But that doesn't necessarily mean all out attack is punching. No, 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 no. Because you can be a counter-attacking team and punch the shit out of your opponents if you're lethal and you know how to do that. Right now, Juventus, for me, doesn't know how they want to hurt teams. They don't know how they want to hurt teams. How many times against Inter did we see certain players, and it wasn't just one, it was multiple. They open up lanes, they get into good areas. That's the time to drive the ball into the area.
Yeah.
And we're so quick to stop. We got to pass it out, go around, cross it in. No, you're right there in the area. Run it in there.
Yeah, then they go backwards. I hate that.
Force a foul, draw some attention, lay it off for a one time.
I don't know.
It's all about that final third. You can be the team that punches while also still remaining solid at the back. It doesn't have to be all one-sided. Strong, beautiful football for me is all phases, okay? Defensively and in the final third and attacking. Right now, for me, Juventus loses a lot in the final third. We're still need a lot of work, and it's getting to the middle of April. Okay, let's
We're
go, man.
almost done.
Let's go.
Yeah. I don't
Dushan's
know.
got
We'll
to
see.
fire in, man.
What's that, bro?
He's got to get Dushan firing. He's got to get goals. His team's got to score some goals.
I don't know. Dushan seems like he's. I don't know if it's an Allegri effect or because he did score with Serbia. I don't know, man. Or maybe. Where's the
I'd have
third
to
beer?
run to get it, my man.
What's that?
I'd have to go run and get it.
Really? Are you still down? It's over an hour. I have one more. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll finish this one. We'll see where we're at when I finish this one. But Andrew, you
Okay.
go get the third. You could be ahead. Listen, Vlahovic, I think honestly, it's mental. It's mental more than anything. But we can't say that Allegri has no part in it, though. I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
You know, like I won't accept that. Remember earlier when I was talking about, I won't accept that we can't work with the players we have in order to get something better. That's how I feel. Why can't we take this player and figure out why he's struggling and try to do something differently to help him? Why can't we do that? Why instead of making him, and even if we're not making him, even let's say it's Dusan Vlahovic's choice, when he's a pivot and he plays it over to the third and to the side, to the flank, and then he rolls around, okay? And he automatically just runs to the center of the pitch and goes into the area around the spot and waits for a ball to get crossed in. Why can't we play the second forward close to him? And why can't they interchange? Why can't Vlahovic come pivot, play it out to the flank? Why can't the second forward then run beyond Vlahovic to make a run that would draw the defense back? And then why can't Vlahovic turn around and just be the trailing player that all of a sudden maybe can accept a pass and dribble into the area to try and have a hit while running into the area? Why can't we try these sequences? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think about
Yeah.
this time when I watch the game, I go, why don't we stop that? So whether people are saying that's Dusan Vlahovic, that's his head, we still have a coach that's making a lot of money. He's paid a lot of money.
Yeah, 9 million.
Can't work with this player, and this player would just keep doing this. Even if Max said, let's try something different, let's try to get you more involved. I fail to believe that. My mind doesn't work like that. I always think we can do better and we can all improve ourselves and work together and get better. I I hate giving up on people. I've
Yeah,
never done that as a manager. I don't give up on people. Okay? I don't do that. I look for solutions.
yeah, that's same with me. La soluzione, solutions.
Yeah, I don't know. Dusan Vlahovic, so I think I still say it's too early to give up on him based on the fact that I haven't seen another striker in with us that has been lighting it up.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully by the summer we'll get some good news and a good director, sportive, you know, and
Hopefully,
hopefully, I know Giuntoli will be great. Like he will be in Napoli. So because I heard rumors of say Massara, but I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, there's a
So
lot of
many.
rumors
I
right
know
now.
too much. You cannot believe. That's why I try not to say too much. Just wait close. Then you know what I mean. Same with the coach. Too many names. Conte, no.
There's
I
a
don't
lot of
want
rumors.
Conte.
There's a lot of rumors. I love the hypotheticals because it's interesting always hearing the opinions and how other people see things. But a lot of rumors, man. A lot of rumors. The truth is it can go a lot of different ways. A lot of different ways for Juve.
Well, with the coaching side, I hope it's not Conte because I don't want him.
I
So
I honestly don't think it's gonna be. Um, guys, see you later, Mario. I honestly don't think it's gonna be Conte. If there were a
yeah,
coaching change, I honestly don't think it would be.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know, leftovers. I mean, essere riscaldata. No, we need a new one. Or
Here's the
else-
thing, too. Why I kind of have a theory. I have a theory.
okay.
So, and maybe it's the beers, but the theory is that um, Del Piero is going to be in the role in a
Well,
role.
it's been showing up a lot, so yeah.
I don't think Del Piero is gonna want Conte to be the coach.
I hope not. He probably will keep Allegri because he does talk well about
I don't
Allegri.
think
So
there's gonna be a coaching change
yeah,
until
for
all
another
the
year.
dust settles. And
Yeah,
even if Max left, let's say Max decides on his own accord at summer, I want to go. I want to leave. I just want to cut ties.
yeah,
It's a
because
stressful year. I want to go. Let's just say that happens.
then I say my part. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
No, because the fact Max leaving, I heard that he had an offer with PSG, 12 million. I don't know if he's gonna accept that. So
Regardless,
yeah.
that doesn't for me. It doesn't matter in my story because
Okay, you're doing your theory. Sorry, man.
my theory is if Max leaves one way or another, if Juventus cuts the cord, says see you later, and if these investigations are not done, okay, we are not going to bring in a new manager. I think if Max leaves or whatever, something happens there and he's no longer with the club, they will wait until the case is all that is settled and they will have somebody interim be the manager. Okay, because I don't think
Okay.
ADP is going to come in until all the dust settles with all this.
Yeah, maybe next year.
And then I think ADP is going to be part of a team that's going to be brought in for a sporting director. ADP is going to have a technical say in the roles
Yeah,
as
yeah, you
well.
need.
And they're going to build a management team. And I don't think that ADP would have Conte as a coach.
Oh, super important. Bring in the top. De Piero, he's my idol. De Piero's born the same day as mine, 9 November. So
Del
that'll
Piero
be
signed for Juventus on my birthday.
wow. And he's born the same day
Yeah.
as me,
Born the
9th
same day
November.
as you, okay? And signed his contract with Juventus on my birthday.
Mizziga, wow. What a
Hey, look, I just
coincidence.
happened to be married. Whoa. Maybe that's why I had the theory, the Del Piero tea.
Yeah, because you have the shirt. I have the Kesa shirt.
Oh yeah, beautiful hoodie, beautiful hoodie.
Yeah. Ah,
Del Piero, though, I could talk forever about Del Piero, man. It's unbelievable.
well, that's why I loved Juventus because of Vialli and De Piero. Even though my mother's a Milanista, my two brothers are Milanista, I'm the only Juventino. But my
Yeah,
mom respects me, which I respect her. So
and Del Piero is, it's unbelievable. And this is why, you know, I made it very important. Everybody knows now. A lot of people have heard that we are the official voice and channel of all the Juventus official fan clubs in North
yeah,
America.
that was good news, man. I
The
saw
AJ,
on Twitter. Good
so
job.
the AJC, we have reached that. For me, it's massive. It's a big honor to be chosen to have that. But for me, it was very important when I got back from Los Angeles that I showed love to all those that showed love to me, because what the fan clubs do is incredible. All the event, it feels like a family. It's like a family, man.
That's
And
good. Good for you, man. I
I
thought you were
got
gonna
to
be.
meet I got to meet Del Piero
Yeah,
because
I saw the
of
pictures.
these
I was.
people at the fan clubs and what they did. And there was somebody that found out that I came from, British Columbia and Canada. He had his wristband to go in there, and he said, "You know what? You came this far," and it wasn't for sure that I was going to get in. And he actually gave me his wristband and said, "I want you to go in there, and I want you to
Wow, that's
Del
good.
Piero, whatever, because you haven't met him and you've come all this way, and it's like your bucket list." I said, "Man, I can't take that from you." And he said, "No, trust me. I want you to have this. Like, go in, like, and me." And I said, "I don't even know what to say to you right now." And it's that kind of camaraderie. And then it was everything else, man. It was the tailgating before the game. It was this feeling that we don't care where you're from, who you are, whatever. We're all Juventini, and we're like a big family. We were having a great time before, and I was filming content. I shared it all with everybody. We're playing soccer in the parking lot, getting ready for this game. It was beautiful, man. So for me, it was very important, and I was doing it anyways and promoting, because I truly believe if anybody has an official fan club near you, it's very important that you go and sign up and just share in the moments and be able to watch games. Where I come from, in small town in British Columbia, okay, I'm about
Temperance.
2.5 hours away from you. I don't have
Yeah.
an official fan club, okay, but
Oh.
I will travel to spend time with you guys in Vancouver, because you guys will be my official fan club. So it's
Yeah.
gonna,
Well, if you ever come, let me know. That'll be great, man.
oh
Come
yeah.
out with you
Well,
here.
it's gonna
Come in.
happen probably in the next it's gonna be one of the Saturdays. Obviously we're running out of time, so it's April or May, but it's probably gonna be in May, one of the Saturday games in May.
Because the only good game on May is the last one with Milan. I don't know before that if there's any top, but whatever. I hope I'm not working that day. I'll try to make it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
So,
good times. We're gonna have some fun.
oh yeah, for sure, bro.
Nothing like that in Colorado. Yeah, you know what? You could start one. You could start one. I think there's going to be three or four new ones next year in North America. So they're
Hmm.
at we're at 17 right now in North America. Soon to be 20 is what John told me. The head of North America. So that's a lot of
Wow.
official fan clubs, and it's growing. It's growing all the time and whatnot. So yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
cool.
good, man.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. There's nothing better than watching game with Juventini. So sharing in that, meeting friends, and then like I said, you have an instant bond with the team. Hey, they say misery loves company. We know how many Champions League finals we've lost. It's nice to share
Yeah,
that with
it's true.
somebody.
Misery loves
We've
company.
been through
Haters
we've
gonna
been through
hate.
hell and back together. It's nice. You have that instant bond, that camaraderie, right? But we've also got a lot of successes and a lot of great players that we can talk about. For me,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love talking about the old school players, man. I love
Yeah, the
talking.
problem with Champions League, we're so unlucky, man.
Today on
Hopefully, we win
YouTube,
it.
I spent a while talking about with somebody that's been following us for a while, that like watched Platini, for God's sakes. Okay,
Wow,
it's incredible. It's incredible
that
meeting these
team.
people that can speak to some of these players. But we're pumped up, and there's a lot of good content that's going to come out from it too. And I think next week, next Monday, Roberto Bettega is going to be joining, which is going to be
Wow.
so.
Yeah, because my Romeo, he sent me the thing that I posted on my channel that he's gonna be at Hamilton. I'm gonna mention to Mario that you're gonna have him as a guest.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I'm still not certain if we're gonna go live. It might be a recorded
I
exclusive.
recorded.
Might
Okay,
be a
why not?
recorded exclusive interview and the whole thing, the whole session, because he's receiving a plaque and award from the Toronto group. So I'm going to bring, we're going to get a first look of the plaque and everything before it's even distributed to him. And then after he accepts and he speaks on the podium, he's going to come down, and then I'm going to have a couple words with him and stuff, and it'll be cool. And that's the first of many beautiful exclusives we're going to be able to do, because the fan clubs love bringing everybody closer to the club. So we have a lot of crazy stuff planned, and wait till October, November, everybody. You guys are
Good
going to
for you,
be
man. You have
crazy,
Romeo
crazy.
Agresti coming soon, right?
Yeah, we were going to go this Friday and something came up. So we're actually going to do next Friday live at
Good.
8:30
Maybe I might
a.m.
watch
Eastern
it.
time, our normal time. We're going to have
Yeah, 5 in the
Romeo on
morning.
again. What?
Well, 5 in the morning Vancouver time.
5:30 my time. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know how I roll, man, when the kids are asleep.
I know. It's fun. I can still watch it because when I go to work, because I have to go to the dispatch first before 6:45. So I park the car, I watch it, and that's when I do my videos because I do it in Italian, Buongiorno da Vancouver, which people like it. The Italians are like, Ciao Rino da Vancouver. So it's a good thing that I have this idea. So I can do in the morning in Italian, in the afternoon in English, with my
Beautiful.
Batmobile.
Beautiful.
So yeah, slowly we'll see.
Yeah, so Romeo on next Friday. Yeah, it'll be good, man.
No, I'll watch it. Like I said, I watch it in the car a little, but I give my 2 cents, then I have to go back to work.
Yeah. Andrew, those kids are killing me. Sound asleep at 5:30. Hey, brother, you don't have to wait too many years before it'll be outside of the time frame. The youngest they'll be turning 2 on the 11th, so you don't have to, we got a few more years before I can do it at other times.
Good. That's good. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. You have a wife, 2 kids, you do these videos. Like, it's impressive.
It's a lot of time, man. I don't think people understand how much time.
No,
Like,
well, same. That's why I don't have kids, but I'm trying to find my ways. When that happens, as long as I look at you, then I can
man,
continue because there's no excuses, right?
the amount of time it takes, and that's why I appreciate everybody who does it, who takes the time to make content. And I find it very important that, it's nice to bond and share and help each other's content, because it takes so much time, man. So
It
much.
does.
You know how my mornings, like, you won't, I don't know if anybody really cares about how my days go, but
But
I
if you
wake up,
want, if you have,
I wake up, okay?
I mean,
We get a little training session time, and usually it's like 4:45, okay? Get a little
wow.
training session in, and then I start looking at all the news that my team posts through Twitter and everything, okay?
And then you send
I
it.
write out all the news. I write out all the news, what I wanna actually distribute and everything, and I'll do this, and then all of a sudden, after that, I gotta record. Okay. Then I record and we start bringing out the daily update videos. Okay. But then I got to do the graphics for the update video. Okay. Then I got to do the graphics. That takes a little bit of time too. Then I take the news and I hammer it out in a 60-second, using 60-second for TikTok and Instagram and everything like that. So I got to record all that.
Oh
And then
yeah,
I got to
that's
put it all out, distribute it and stuff. Like, it takes so much time. And then after that, I got to get ready. And then I got to
they
help
gotta go to work.
then I gotta help the daughter get ready for like daycare and stuff like that and whatever. And then
Wow. Then you
that's it.
gotta
Then
go
I
to
go to
work.
work and I work. And then on my breaks at work, I'm refeeding the news from Twitter to Instagram and everything else, whatever, and keep it going. Like, we put so much time and so much effort
That's
into
something that
it.
you love and you love to do.
I love it,
You
man,
know,
because honestly, even if I wasn't
what's
doing the
the
content, I'd be checking all that news because I want to know what's going on with the club. I love the club, man. I'm passionate about
yeah,
Juventus.
well, yeah, that's the same with me. I know in my case, of course, there will be a lot of Juve content, but I like to talk about soccer in general, but other teams. And it's fun. Always posting things
It's
on
beauty,
my
man. It's
Facebook.
when I grew up, there was none of this. There was none of this fan channels, you
Yeah,
know? And like you had bits and pieces here and there. You never knew about anything. You never knew about anything. It's like you would do everything in your power to try and get a game just to see the game. That's it.
yeah.
you never got any of the extras. You never knew like what's going on with this player. Why is he not here? Whatever, what's going on?
Yeah,
Like
back in the day was.
now you've got fans that arguably do it better than the professionals and give you like as close or whatever. And I just want to say huge thank you to Andrew Juve
Yeah,
there for saying, stuff like that. Like we brought you 1,000 times closer to Juve and just appreciation for the commitment, man. Like stuff like that is amazing. We get a lot of love from the community that we've built and everything that we hope to share with you, our community, and just help each other grow. But it's beautiful, man. Don't stop what you're doing. Keep grinding. And hey, man, it's I look back to my stuff earlier on in the podcast. I started in 2018, and I look back and I always laugh and I always think like, holy Christ, as like I never would have thought at this point. If you would have told me one day Roberto Bettiga is going to be on your podcast, Alberto, I would
yeah.
have laughed. I would have
That's
said, okay, I'm going to have Roberto
well.
Bettiga.
That's what I told you last time we were talking. You're gonna be the second IFTV. You
Uh,
know. I know
you know
that.
what? And people say a lot of we get a like I said, we get a lot of love. There's a lot of people that say, you know what? I don't know how you guys don't have 20,000 subs, like 30,000 subs, whatever.
Well,
And
slowly.
for me, it's never been about the number. The numbers are great and we love them. And if we get, the sky's
Higher.
the limit, whatever it is, for me, it doesn't matter because we love what we're doing. And
That,
when it comes to a point, if we don't love it anymore, I promise you, we'll stop. Because if we don't love what we're doing, there's no
yeah,
reason
there's no point.
there's no point I would put this amount of time into something if I didn't love it, right? So, yeah.
Well, it's the same with me. Since I've been doing YouTube, people criticizing me. I'm just like, you know what? Do you have a hobby? What about yourself? This is something I want to do. If you don't like it, don't follow me. But I have people that invite me through the Italian groups. Like Gobo Toscano invites me in the channel. I have good contact. People say you do it for passion. You're doing a good job. So when people say that, I just like, fai quattro passi.
It's like your diet, man. Filter
Yeah.
out the shit and bring in the good. The same with that. Same with that.
This guy, man, Roberto. Roberto, please, we're not talking about Milan. You missed out. We already did say our 2 cents about Milan. He's one of my friends. He's so obsessed with Milan. Oh.
Hey, that's cool, man. It's all good. All
No,
good.
no, he's cool. Because now they win, you know. Oh my God, here we go again.
Easy.
Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Jeez, he did that today when I was live with Gobo Toscano. Now they
I
beat
love that.
Napoli.
Love that. That's
Oh,
okay. That's good.
please.
That's good. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
No, I'm not getting mad. I know him very well because
Good,
he knows
man.
when
I
I
like
see him, I'm gonna give him one of these. So
I like it.
no, he's cool. He's just obsessed. He puts the love. Okay, good boy. Fight bravo, Roberto. I'll see you at commercial. Then we have a nice chat. I love
But
the
yeah,
band. So,
all jokes, love the band. I love the banter too. I love the band. Like I said, whenever it stays and it's not personal, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great.
yeah,
All right, man.
you're done.
Yeah, I got to shut her down now. Like I
Okay.
said, time to go get ready for the next round. So you know how
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Alberto,
Oh,
for joining. And of course,
pleasure, man.
people on the live, Andrew, like and subscribe. And oh, Roberto said a nice thing. Love your show, guys. Keep it up. Thank you, Roberto. Alberto will be back maybe in a couple weeks in a month. We'll see when I can have him back. And
Whenever I can,
yeah,
man. Whenever I can.
okay, sounds good. Then can you wait? Then we can talk at the end
Oh
when I
yeah.
close. Okay, yeah, okay. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for Buongiorno da Vancouver in Italian, then in English, as always. Ciao, ciao, ragazzi.
Forza Juve.
Always.